the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp, as we'll see a squad from the American, the South Florida Bulls, taking on the 12th ranked team in the land, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Gators will kick it away to start us off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bulls offense will get the first swing of the game. And David, they've got a receiver that if he is able to command some extra attention, it could really help get this offense going.
Now, and you need that playmaker out wide. That guy makes the whole thing go, right? Having a guy, if you want to play man-to-man coverage, he's going to beat you. And he's shown the ability to do that sometimes for this offense. And he's a guy that has the defense's attention.
Yeah, I don't think this guy's winning the Bolitnikoff Award necessarily, but you're right, David. When he's one-on-one, he should be able to win those matchups. And based on how he's played this season, this quarterback should feel really good and really confident when he throws his way.
Trying to make magic with his feet. Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart. He's right now taking the field thinking about all the great memories he shared with his teammates, with his family, with the fans during his time. But he's got a job, David. He's coaching on the other sideline this one, and he wants to get the win for his team.
Oh, you dang right. And you got to pull back those feelings. It's great to be home. It's awesome to be where it started, but you're also paid to do a job, and you're paid by the other side. And right now, you want to go win, and you want to beat this squad because you're competitive, so it's got to be kind of bittersweet.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up. He'll do it himself. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down.
And I just need a crease. I need you offensive linemen, just like right here. Great job holding the point of attack. Don't let any penetration come in. Give me a little sliver, and then you see the running back, Palmer. He'll do the rest, lower his shoulder, and make sure he gets the first down.
Yeah, it means a lot to this offense, too, to have a guy like this that always just seems to fall forward. He always, in these short yardage situations, knows where that first down marker is. And he's able to get those hitting yards in piles, driving his legs to help keep this drive alive.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Oh, he's got a chance. There he goes. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. To the ground with the back. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. So close to that end zone, he could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. The Bulls want to pick up the tempo. A first down run on the doorstep. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, USF.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Florida's offense has the ball for the first time. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, winning at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces tonight.
To the air, it's Glagway. Still on his feet. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Gators send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush. Hit him with the screen and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
Just inside the 35, 1st and 10 from the 34. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find your rhythm and to be comfortable, be confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate, easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here.
And the Bulls really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds the tight end. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. The Bulls with the 1st and 10.
Man, this defense, they have got to get better in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, this offense might hang 50 on you by the end of the game.
Coming up on this red zone opportunity. Now they'll run the draw. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. And the Bulls will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
Well, as soon as the running back got the ball, there was just absolutely nowhere for him to go. It just seemed like the D-line built a wall in front.
Yeah, and a great job. You're thinking pass right away because the draw is supposed to look like a pass first.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulls.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the big fella. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. 1st down from the 45. Trying play action. Catch in the middle, it's Livingston.
I know it's something we take for granted, guys, but the Q did a great job there with the play action fake. He really took his time and sold it. And that's what froze the linebackers in the second level of the defense to help make that completion a whole lot easier.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that was a nice second down run and setting up 3rd and inches. And now it's physical time, right? Like, they know you might run the football. You know you probably want to run the football. How can you be more physical? Sometimes bring some extra bodies, some extra tight ends in. Go to that play that you know is your short yardage play.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and USF is on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. Tries to slither forward on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play.
Turning it on! They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. The explosive play set the table. Now they got to serve the feast. They'll run it on 1st and goal. Beck's going for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Florida.
Good, tough, physical running, driving through the defense on his way for a touchdown. I just love the pad level this guy plays with his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. He's just able to absorb contact and stay on his feet. Can't do it any better than that.
Coming out with it, it's Smith. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Looking for a gap. It's Isaac. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reading it in.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on 3rd down. Snagged in the middle, it's Singleton. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the 1st. The Bulls line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Here's a heat. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. The Gators decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. No fair catches here, looking for room. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Gives it on the option. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
And you can tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
Intercepted, the defense has set him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Great place to start for this offense. Quick pass on the fly motion. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Running back searching for a hole. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On the line, it's Wilson. He steps out of bounds, but not before he has enough to set him up 1st and goal. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. To the air, it's Lagway. Going to try to pop one on the screen. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. They'll try to power it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Gator!
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. He threw a pick the last time they had it down. They have to take care of the football. He wants to change this route. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And you want to run the football. I mean, that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Right down the middle. Got his man to the left. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. New set of downs after the completion. From the gun, the ground game. Got enough for the 1st down. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. And the Bulls will snap it on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Throws for the tight end. Pulls it in. It's Sullivan. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the tailback. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Fires to the big fella. Oh, he's got some space. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Spits it out to the back. Touchdown Bulls! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense.
Gets away from one. He's got space. Across the 40 out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. Grabbed in the middle, it's Livingston. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Pulls it in. It's Brown. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. He's going to run it. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. So look at this. They're sending out the kicker to try a long one. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They're going to send out the field goal unit, and that kicker will have to launch a rocket. As someone once said, from way downtown, bang, outside of... yards.
I know they're trailing going into the locker room here at halftime, but kicking that field goal gives them a little bit of a jolt, a little bit of a boost of momentum that they can carry with them into the second half, and there's a lot of football left to go here. I can't wait to see what happens.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Brown wants to pass. He'll take the deep shot. Makes it run down the left side. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Gainesville. What a fine college football game we've got. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. With that said, let's send it back to our guys and all those chomping hands there in the swamp.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football ball out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
The Gators come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He didn't get it. Not only that, he lost yardage. The punt team makes its way onto the field. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. Might be calling a hot route. Brown will throw it. Steps away to find some room. First down and more. A big play. Gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. The Bulls will line it up on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Norton. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. 3rd down. Red zone play. Crowd alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the back. He's got it on the run. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
I love the aggressive nature there by the offensive play caller, too. He's not just playing it safe, get a few yards, center the ball, help our field.
He's going for the goal line. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already.
And to the end zone he goes. Touchdown, South Florida. Lining up for the PAT.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They come out now down by 2 possessions, 28-17, and hoping to use this drive to draw closer. A quick pass to the left. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. And the Gators with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Wilson. Breaks into the open. We've seen this from this sophomore. So dangerous after he makes the grab. Few teams improved over the second half of last season as much as Florida. And Jesse, the biggest reason, the play of the young quarterback, DJ Lagway.
He was just unflappable a year ago, Reese, as a true freshman. You saw that on the field, but even in my time sitting down and meeting with him, he just has a poise and a demeanor and a confidence that you don't see very often in college. This is a different type of dude, and they're expecting him to take the next level. And with that, this program carrying it on their shoulders.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. after picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He'll pull it on the read. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. The Gators back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Motion from the wideout. They'll run it in the red zone. It's ball. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Fires to the middle. Throws for the end zone. Picked off right at the goal line. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Here's the handoff. Going the other way, and he's got room. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, go get positive yardage.
And the Bulls can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a 1st down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy, but he's got a head of steam. Boy, he is hard to bring down.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Finds Zach Priest, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 to 4.
There he goes. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one.
One of the things I love about the passing game we've seen on offense so far here is just how good the decisions have been by the quarterback. He's not being too greedy. When the shot plays have been there, he's taken them. They've scored points because of that, but he just takes what the defense gives him, and you're just whittling away, and you're marching the ball down the field. Really good decisions by the QB.
The Bulls in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. That's the end of the period, and USF is on top. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. He'll sneak it. Past the sticks, and he may get more.
Nice play call, QB sneak, yet another 1st down. And this offense, they've been on the field for some time now. They're helping their defense out, giving them some wins so that when they get back on the field, they'll be ready to play with their hair on fire.
And the Bulls kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. From the gun, running back gets to give. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
And if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical ground game and continue to add these plays up as they go along, long drives, eat the clock with the lead, this coach will be ecstatic.
The Bulls pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Leaves it with the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, USF!
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the fourth quarter.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Makes the catch. It's Livingston. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking to pass. It's Lagway. Gets it out quickly. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Brown. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throws to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
They'll run him out of bounds, but look what's on the ground. Penalty marker.
Hold it.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line getting set on 2nd down. Motion from the back. Wants to keep it in the air. Grab behind the line. It's ball. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. He's looking downfield to throw. Fires toward the end zone. And that ball is hauled in the end zone, but he is just out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. On the ground, it's ball. And runs through another broken tackle. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7. The Gators kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida!
And he finds the end zone. I tell you what, man, this guy's going to be a force. You look at this offense, they find different ways to get him the football, different ways to use him. 3 times now he's entered the end zone, and not even 2 full games yet. This dude's a playmaker.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Alabama rolled to victory, flexing an offensive muscle that almost reminded folks of the record-setting team led by Mac Jones, Najee Harris, and Devontae Smith. All that speculation all week, and now we know. Something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on 3rd down. Brown wants to pass. fires to the tight end. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
An offense has practiced the situation. This is 4-minute offense. You've got the lead late in the game. You're trying to bleed the clock and just get first downs. They do that, they stay in bounds, and the clock keeps ticking.
They'll run it from the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The defense burns their third and final timeout of the half. They go to the ground. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Bulls come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. At this point in the game, and this crowd knows this is a huge field goal attempt. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll sneak it and try to surge forward. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. The Bulls come to the line with a new set of downs. And they'll take a knee and watch this clock keep on winding its way toward a victory. Guys, this is a story we see every single year in college football. Ranked teams losing to unranked opponents, whatever the reasons, it adds to